What's up, guys? This is Brent with 247parts.com, and we are going to be mounting a string trimmer kit or a weed eater kit onto this John Deere Z9 mower. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the piece that goes here on the back. So the two pieces that you need to be looking for in this kit are going to be these two right here. So what we want to do is we want to take the two slotted sides, as you can see right here, and we're going to mate them together just like so. We want to make sure and get them to where they are lined up like this so that we can mount them onto the mower right here. So to start, we're going to put these together using the two small rounded head bolts that look just like this. And we want to go in from the top side, and you will know which side is the top side because it will have these square headed holes, and the bottom side will have the round holes. So we're going to start with the top side here. We're going to get these sat on just like so. And we're going to grab two nuts that match up with these and go ahead and get those started on just like that. Now, once we have these held into place with their bolts and nuts, we want to make sure that we are getting those slots good and aligned before we tighten these down. Now, these are going to take a 13mm socket. So I am just going to start to tighten this down just a little bit. Not too tight so we can make sure and get this aligned. All right, so this is what your back piece is going to look like. Now, like I said, where we're going to mount this is right here. So the next step that we are going to do is we are going to take the nut off of this bolt here that is actually holding up our rear fender. This is also going to take that 13. So now we want to take the nut loose off of this bolt here. You're going to need a 13mm wrench to go on the back side. You want to loosen that nut off without losing any of this hardware. So we want to take this loose just like so. Make sure that everything here stays in place. And what we're going to do is we'll notice that on this bracket, like we've showed, we have a side that has one hole and a side that has two. The one hole is going to be at the top. So we want to go on with our bracket just like so. And we want to get this nut back started onto the bolt. Make sure all of our hardware is back in place. And we want to tighten this up just a little bit while we're working on the bottom side so we don't lose anything. So not too much, but just enough that we can have that holding steady in place. Now our next step is to secure the bottom side of the bracket. Now what we're going to do to get this into place is we have to raise up on our bracket, get this up and into place, and where it's going is there is a piece of your rollover protection system right here that we're actually going to put a long bolt in the top hole and through the bottom hole. But how we are going to mount these is with a piece of strap just like this. These bolts are going to go through this and then over here on the back side. And then from here is where we want to start our nuts. Then once we have those both started on the top and the bottom here, then we can just tighten those up. And then once we have those done, we want to come back up top and tighten up our top bolt right up here. Now we just have the front bracket to install, which is going to be very, very easy. We're looking for this strap piece here that is going to go here on the front side of your front right fork. And then you have the back side of the bracket here that is going to go on that back side. Now what we're going to need to attach this are going to be our other two long head round head bolts, long stemmed round head bolts. We're going to go through the bracket side that has the square hole, through our back side of our bracket, and then on with one of our nuts. And then just repeat that process down here on the bottom. Now, as you can see, you have some play here, whether you can go in or out. So you want to play with this depending on what type of deck setup you have. Here we have the mulch on demand deck on this mower, so we're going to pull it out about as far as we can, making sure that we can still get to our grease zerk here. And then we are going to take a 13mm socket once again here. Just start to tighten this up. just like so. And then we're gonna have our 2 rubber clamps here. So the larger one is going to be for the rear, and then the smaller one here is going to be for the front. But then you're also going to have 2 flange headed bolts here. One is gonna be longer than the other. The longer one is going to be for your rear mount. So we need that shorter one here. We're gonna put it down and through the center of this clamp. And to put these on is going to be a 10 millimeter. So we're just gonna get that started here using the impact. And we're gonna have the matching nut to go with that. Start it out here. Now we want to get this put on, but leave it somewhat loose just in case we need to do any adjusting here. Then we can move here to our rear clamp. Once again, this is gonna be that 10 millimeter head bolt. We're gonna get it started into the clamp. Just like that. Now, on this rear bracket, you're gonna see here that we have these 4 slots here. This is all gonna depend on what size of unit you have, what size of weed eater, but we're gonna go all the way out here on the far side with this, being as that we do have to go around our mulch on demand. Then we're gonna go on with our nut on the bottom. And right there, now we're able to mount that weed eater onto the machine. So go ahead and grab your unit, get that put onto our back clamp here, into our first clamp, get those good and clamped down just to make sure that everything is in place like you need it. Now, once you've tried out your unit on your machine, the last thing to do is make sure and tighten up any of those bolts that you may have left loose here on your mounting clamps or here at your front bracket. Make sure those are all tight and good to go. And if this is a part that you are wanting for your mower, this is gonna be part number BUC 10870. So guys, I hope this helped you out. I hope that you liked this video. If you did, we just ask you to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Also guys, if you are needing this part or any other parts for your John Deere machines, make sure to check us out at 247parts.com. And as always guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Hey guys, make sure to go buy your parts right here and subscribe right here.